I've worked with thousands of guys over the years, and all the ones that are smashing life, smashing goals, and performing better than anyone else deploy these 5 hacks. All right, number 1, sleep routine. This is massive. We live in a generation right now that is not sleeping very well because of phones, devices, TV, Netflix, etc. So 2 hours before bed, try and start thinking about your routine. Try and eat further away from sleeping. Get rid of your devices hour and a half, 2 hours before sleep. Try and read a book. Dim the lights in your room. Make sure you black out the room so that it's nice and dark. Make sure the temperature's correct. And invest in a good bed, something I've recently done and it's transformed the way I sleep. If the advantages of sleep were put in a bottle and sold, it would be a performance enhancing drug and athletes wouldn't be allowed to use it. That's how powerful good sleep is. If you're sleeping 3-4 hours a night, or it's broken sleep because of COD, TikTok, etc., you need to sack those things off if you're serious about your performance. All right, number 2, high protein diet. A lot of people who are training for performance, training really well, training hard, are not getting enough protein in. This means they're leaving gains on the table. If you're not getting enough protein in, you're not going to be able to build as much muscle because of protein synthesis. If your body hasn't got enough protein, it won't help repair and grow muscle. Not only that, we've got something called TEF, thermic effect of food. We've got 3 macros: fats, protein and carbs. Fats and carbs are quite easy for the body to break down. Proteins are a little bit harder. So actually your body burns more energy when it's breaking down protein. So there's 4 calories in every gram of protein, but by the time your body's digest it, that's actually 3 calories. So actually it's good for losing weight as well. It also keeps you fuller for longer, which is called satiety. So it's going to keep you satisfied and fuller for longer the more protein you have. A really quick, easy rule of thumb is for every pound of weight you weigh, so if you weigh 180 pounds, you want that amount of grams in protein. So 180 pound male would have 180 grams protein. If you're a lady, it's about 0.7. So 180 pound female would have, I don't know, like 160 grams or something if you do the maths. Try and get your food and your protein from natural sources as close as possible to nature. Something I've been doing a lot more regularly, and also because of watching Clarkson's Farm, I see how our farmers are getting screwed over in this country from the big supermarkets, is I've said to myself, I'm not buying meat anymore from the supermarkets because number 1, it's full of chemicals, number 2, it comes from Romania or somewhere, and number 3, screwing our economy over and the farmers, and also number 4, it's not as good quality. So I've been going to a local butcher, costs me a little bit more for my eggs, my honey, my meat, but I'm giving back to the local economy. I'm also getting better quality food in me, and I'm actually building relationships as well with people in the local community. So if you've got the money to do it, go for it. All right, number 3, daily intentional exercise. The word intentional here is massive. So people can exercise sort of every day, wake up, right, what am I gonna do today? But I want you to be intentional with your training. Follow a plan, follow a program, hire a coach if you need to. But this is all about progressive overload that is individualized and specific to you as an individual. So what I mean by that is, tomorrow if you sort of wake up and you're like, oh, what do I feel like? I'm gonna go for a run. Or you wake up and you're like, I don't really feel like training, you might not train. If you've got a set program and goals that you want to achieve, you need to have a set plan that is tailored to what you want to achieve, your current fitness levels and your specific needs as an athlete. I would say to every person, you should be weight training, you should obviously be getting your aerobic work in, you should be doing high intensity work as well, constantly varied, a little bit like CrossFit, but also working on your weaknesses. So with my clients, I'll give them what I call GOAT WODs, which is workouts that are only compiled of their weaknesses. Then they've got to do that once or twice a week until those weaknesses become a strength. That way we are training specific to their weaknesses. Hopefully by the end of 2-3 years of training, the weaknesses they once had are now their strengths, and the strengths they had have also increased. So now we're a much better level of athlete. But this only comes from intentional training. And one last thing I'd say on this is try and train as much as you can outside. People are only training now inside a gym that's like, a converted warehouse or something. You're not getting the same stimulus, you're not getting the same resilience that, say the military are getting, or people in other countries are getting, or Gurkhas, for instance. Why are Gurkhas such machines? Because they're outside all the time on the mountains. How do you become a machine? You do the same. Get outside, get in the rain, get in the snow, get in the sleet, get in the cold, get in the wind, get in the early mornings, whatever it is. Train outside. Number 4, a big shift now from what we've already been talking about, but let go of unforgiveness and resentment. There's loads of studies coming out now that illness and resentment and unforgiveness can be linked. And think of it like this: the person that you haven't forgiven or you're resentful towards, their life's not ruined. They probably don't even realise what they've done against you, or they're probably not thinking about you on a daily basis where you're thinking about them, you're fuming and all that, and it's actually ruining your life. It's actually messing your life up. It's actually affecting your mental health and actually affecting your peace. They're probably sleeping really well every night, whereas you're there stewing over it. I know it's really hard, but try and start forgiving people. I'll give you an example of this that I'm going to use quite close to home. My brother was quite unkind to me growing up, a bit of a bully, joined the Navy, sorted his own life out. But I would always say to myself, when I'm older, I'm gonna hurt him, or I'm gonna kill him, etc. And I carried this into being an adult, and I'd sit there and I'd sort of be like thinking about role plays of like how I'm gonna batter him because he said something bad to me. And actually I had to just start giving this over and actually handing it over. Now I do that through prayer. Like I pray to God and I ask him to help me to forgive my brother, which has really helped. Now we've got such a good relationship. We run weekends together, etc. And now we've got that peace about it. Whereas before it used to eat me up because of the things he did to me when I was like 8 or 9, So more of the story coming from my own life is you've got to get rid of that unforgiveness. You've got to get rid of that resentfulness to people, even if they've really upset you and hurt you. Now this isn't an immediate thing of like, right, I forgive them, done. You might not feel like you've forgiven them for ages, but if you continually try and make the effort in your mind to forgive them, eventually you will feel that forgiveness as well, and it will set you free, I promise you. 5th one, and this is the most important thing I'm going to say in this whole video: be intentional with whatever it is you are doing in that moment. Whether it's family time, whether it's training, whether it's work, whether it's sleeping, whether it's recovery, whether it's eating, whether it's hanging out with friends, whether it's filming a video for YouTube. Be intentional and be in the moment for that very thing. Now, like I said in point 1, we live in a society that is just consumed by content, films, phones, laptops, etc. And we are dwindling away our relationships and the things that we should be doing really good. We're doing half-hearted or with half a mind on them because we're so distracted. So a big thing here, for instance, if you're going to go to sleep, leave your phone out the room. I know it's going to feel awful at first, and you're going to feel vulnerable, and you're going to feel like, well, I haven't got my phone. Buy an alarm clock, use that instead, and start committing to leaving out the room. It will change your sleep. If you're with the family, leave your phone in another room, turn it off, whatever it is. Turn it off for the weekend if you don't need it. If you are at work, put your phone away and be the best employee or employer or business owner or whatever it is you can be. Even if you go, right, I'm going to commit to 3-4 hours work a day, but it is going to be solid work, it will change the way you work, I promise you, and it will change the results you're getting. If it's your training that's being affected and you're being half-hearted with it, or you're distracted by a phone or whatever, leave your phone in the changing rooms, write your session out in a notepad and attack that session as best as possible. Again, there is research coming out that phones kill gains if you're using them between sets. Look at the research, it's not me just making it up. Phones and distractions are killing every area of your life. Be intentional with whatever it is you're doing. And this goes with on your phone as well. Carve out some time to scroll and be on, play games or whatever it is you do. For me, it's chess. I'll carve out half an hour just to sit and play chess and mong it out. So be intentional. If you're intentional with every area of your life, the results will be ridiculous. Number 6, bonus one, flip-flop, don't look down, flip-flops and socks. No, look, this video and this channel is all about helping predominantly men to rise up and be the best men they can, the best employees, the best business owners, the best Royal Marines, the best Special Forces operators, whatever it is, best fathers, best husbands they can be. And I'm really passionate about that, and I've seen a decline in society in this area, and this isn't to like bash men and be like, look at me, I'm leading the way, nothing like that. I struggle with a lot of the things we talk about in these videos, and so predominantly I'm speaking to myself first and foremost before anyone else. But I like to think that hopefully I'm able to be a little bit of a big brother, especially to younger lads coming through our programs. It's mad, on our one-to-one program right now, we've got a lot of guys who have lost their fathers, and they're looking for that direction, they're looking for purpose, they're looking for people that have gone before them to emulate them and also to encourage them and pick them up. So if you're an older guy and you can identify that you've got younger guys who look up to you, really utilize the position you've got and really like stir them up and build them up and strengthen them and take them under your wing. And if you're a younger guy and you're looking for someone to look up to, which is perfectly normal and it's what we should do as young men, then reach out to someone that you look at their life and you go, wow, they're a purpose-driven, disciplined person who have done things that I want to do. I love their character, etc. I want to sort of emulate that. Reach out to them and actually sit under their guidance. Massively important and something that's lacking in society at the moment. So that's what this channel is all about. That's what this business is all about. That's what Complete Commando was started from. In fact, Complete Commando was all about helping the next generation of soldiers, helping the current generation of soldiers, and helping veterans as well. And the way we do that is by programs, apparel, and also bringing veterans and guys who have been there and done that back into our weekends to build up the next generation of soldiers. And we've been doing that for 4 years now, and the results have been incredible. And I am so blessed and blown away by what we've been able to do. So thank you to everyone who's involved in it. Whatever your goal is, go and smash it to the best of your abilities.